the student of International Business Management from Petra Christian University Indonesia. With this video, I would like to share a bit about my self-assessment and the way that I put it together with the knowledge, learning, and experience that I have before in order to constitute my future plan. In order to do so, I would like to use the 6A framework developed by Professor Dr. Casey.
The 6A framework will consist of awareness, alignment, action, adoption, assurance, and lastly, anticipation. In the awareness section, I will explain about the things that I know about myself, while my alignment will explain about how can I align the things that I am aware of to the theory. My action will discuss about the things that I should do to achieve my goal. Next, the adoption will be the reason for me to believe on the action. Then, with my assurance, I will make sure that the actions will bring me to the goal. Lastly, the anticipation will help me to understand the things that might go wrong during the process and how can I anticipate it. So now, let's begin to the first A, which is the awareness. In order to fully assess myself, I will utilize the 5 tests from 3 different categories. The first category is the individual competence category, that will be talking about the individual skill, capability, and personality. That can be seen through my Big 5 personality test, Technopreneurship GET test, and the learning style test. Next is the team capacity category that will represent the way I work with others, that can be seen from my Belbin's 9 model of team roles test result. Next is about the organizational capability category that assess my capability to lead an organization. Lastly, I will also include my 4 attributes that shape my personality. The first test that I would like to discuss is my learning style test. Based on the test, it shows that I am a pragmatist reflector. Being a reflector giving me the ability to always analyze things before concluding anything. I like to observe and listen to the surrounding first before making any decision. As I am a pragmatist, I will tend to see the relevance of my work and how things can work in practice. Therefore, a pragmatist reflector style will allow me to analyze and decide things based on whether it will work or not in the practice. The second test will be the Technopreneurship GET test. Based on the result, it shows that I have a high drive and determination, which means I will take advantage of opportunities and believe that hard work will pay off. I am also a risk-taking person, meaning if I have analyzed things, I will act confidently even though the information may be incomplete. The third test will be the Big 5 personality test. From this figure, I realize that I have a high level of agreeableness, a trait of someone that are tactful, sympathetic, and tend to have a good relationship with people. It also explains my sensitivity for the needs of others, which is also in line with my reflector learning style. Moving on to the Belbin's 9 model of team roles, I found out that I am a team worker, meaning that I will make sure that people within the team are working together effectively. I am also a specialist and a coordinator. However, I am only willing to coordinate my team as long as I really understand the subject or at things that I am skillful at. The last test is the leadership self-assessment test. From the result, I figured out that I have a strong skill on building relationships, as I know that a leader needs to always make the followers feel good around them in order to gain their respect. This may also be a result for my high level of agreeableness. Besides, I can also be someone that leads a change in an organization by spotting different types of opportunities. Lastly, I will also show the attributes that shape my personality, which are collaborative, in line with my ability to work with people, adaptable as I can adapt well with changes and spotting opportunities from it, even-tempered as I can always control my emotion, and intelligent that enables me to become a specialist. Now, I will talk about the second A, which is the alignment. By aligning the things that I know about myself with the theory. By putting together the individual, stakeholder, and organizational condition, I have the self-awareness, relationship management, and self-management as my interception. In order to feel the self-awareness and answering the question of what I know, I will put all of my test results. In the relationship management, what I will do is to build the connection to ease my process. To fill the self-management slice, I will answer the question of what I want to be. And the answer is to be an outstanding consumer analyst. This is something that I want to become, as I know that my learning styles and my skill are in line with it. By rearranging the components, now I can see that the self-awareness, relationship management, and self-management will be resulted in the expert power, communicative power, and adaptive power. And in the center, there is the stamina power. Stamina power is something that is very important, as it is the one that will keep us improving by the continuous learning. Stamina power will also make us a thinking human capital, which nowadays companies will invest more on the thinking human capital rather than just an ordinary human resource. Now from the third A, which is action, I will talk about what should I do to become a thinking human capital that has stamina power. To do so, I will incorporate the usage of IPO framework consisting of the input, process, output, and the balance scorecard. The input will be the alignment of the theory and the things that I have. The output will be to become an outstanding thinking human capital in the consumer analyst field. For the process, I will use the onion diagram to get the stamina power. The outermost layer of this diagram will be the execution power. In order to enhance the execution power, I need to apply the project management system to always see the bigger picture of things and to make sure that everything done systematically, organized, and planned. To enhance the response power, I need to always show the positive responses to all the unplanned things that happen. To enhance the adaptive power, I need to always adapt my strategy to fit with the changing situation. To enhance my expert power, I will need to understand the skills and competencies by constructing the building blocks that consist of skills, knowledge, experience, intelligence, personality traits, and goals. The skill that I should have is the consumer analyst skill. My knowledge will be gained from my bachelor and master degree. My experience will come from my student exchange as well as my internship opportunities. My intelligence will be my individual competence. My personality traits will be collaborative, adaptive, even-tempered, and intelligent. Lastly, my goal is to be an outstanding thinking human capital. Moving on to the next power, which is communicative power. In order to enhance it, I need to broaden my connection and network, as well as cultivating good relationship. And in the core is the stamina power. To enhance it, I need to implement a lifelong action learning process where learning is transforming an old knowledge to a new knowledge. To ensure that the process could be resulted in the desired outcome, I will measure it with this graph. It will indicate that if I do it right, my self-development will keep going upward, meaning that with more experiences, I can also gain more. As a wrap, this will be the complete IPO framework of my action. The reason for believing in those actions will be explained in the next A, which is adoption. The things that I have learned before from Professor Dr. Casey Chan's class make me believe that the action that I will do will also bring me to my goal. The first thing that I learned is that change remains constant. Therefore, my learning rate should always be faster than the change. Next, I learned that I need to always see things holistically and not from one perspective only. Last, I learned that in every assignment and task, I should be able to choose which information will be used and organize it to make it easier to understand. To ensure that the action will bring me to my goal, I will always refer back to my GOT diagram, consists of my goal, objective, and target. My goal is to become an outstanding thinking human capital that works in the consumer analyst field. My objective is to apply the action learning process to always develop skill and competencies that I have. And my target is to accomplish my 1, 3, 5, and 10 years plan that I will elaborate more. First, I will explain the plan that I want to achieve in 2018. I will acquire my bachelor degree from International Business Management Petra Christian University, Indonesia. I should also have finished my internship in a multinational enterprise in Surabaya. My 3 years plan will include pursuing my master degree for consumer psychology abroad to improve my skill and become a highly capable individual. Besides that, I also would like to broaden my connection to people outside Indonesia. My 5-year plan will include working and building my career in a M&E located in the capital city of Indonesia and specializing in the consumer analyst. Broadening my connection to great business people in Jakarta and start planning and creating my own business. And lastly, my 10 years plan will be to make sure that my business will be well established already and continuously provide innovation. I will also utilize the connection gained to help me in developing the business. The last A will be the anticipation that will help me to see things that might go wrong during my process to attain my goal and what are the things that could be done to anticipate them. I will explain the anticipation part by using the 6 thinking hat. The first thinking hat will be the white hat that will talk about the series of facts that I have. It should be everything that I have explained in the awareness part, as well as my goal, which is to be an outstanding consumer analyst and to build my own business. Next hat will be the red hat that will include everything that is connected with the emotions or intuition. In my case, the red hat will be the possibility that as a firstborn daughter, there is a chance that my family will not allow me to study abroad or work outside Surabaya, and it could be an obstacle for me. The third hat will be the yellow hat that will cover about the positive outcomes and optimistic approach of my process. Therefore, I'm optimistic that I can achieve my goal as I will always try to obtain the stamina power and the other powers needed to become an outstanding person. The next head is the black hat, that will explain about the negativity and the things that might go wrong in my process. During the self-development process, even though I have prepared myself well, the things might easily get wrong in the real-world application stage. And if it happens, it will be a huge problem for me. The green hat will be the next hat that I will explain, consisting of my ideas and alternatives to overcome the things that may not work as planned. My first alternative is that if I cannot take my master degree abroad, I will try to take some courses regarding to the consumer psychology in Indonesia. Also, if I cannot work in Jakarta, I will directly open my own business in Surabaya. The last hat that I want to talk about is the blue hat that will summarize all of the information, organize the plan, and decide the things to do next. As a summary, I believe that I can obtain my goal if I always follow the plans that I have made before. Also, if I'm ready with my backup solutions when things go wrong. And most importantly is that to always continuously learn from all of my processes. To conclude everything that I have said before, I will use the action learning equation including the holistic thinking, critical thinking, system thinking, what I learned, and lateral thinking. The holistic thinking will answer the question of what I know about myself, and it will be filled with my 5 test results. In the critical thinking, I will ask the 5 whys question. Why do I need to know about myself? Because it helps me to know my individual competence, the way I work in team, and the way I lead an organization. Why self-discovery is vital? Because it helps me to understand what are my strengths and how to utilize them in the future. Why is self-discovery a passport to the future? Because it helps me shaping my future by guiding me in the process of strategizing my plans. Why strategic planning? To provide me with the direction and focus to move from plan to action. Why the benefits are perpetual? Because it enables me to always learn from the action being taken. Move on to the system thinking by answering these 3 questions. First, who I want to be, and it is to become a thinking human capital in the consumer analyst field and to be an entrepreneur of my own business. Next, how can I achieve that? It is by constructing my IPO diagram and using the onion diagram. When can I achieve that? It is shown through my 1, 3, 5, and 10 years target. For the lesson learned, I will answer the question of where will it goes right or wrong. And the things that easily might go wrong is in the real-world application. Last, for the lateral thinking, I will answer the question of how much I can improve. I will answer it by constructing the trilogy of management, leadership, and technopreneurship development. This figure will show on what stage I am in and how much that I can improve to become a professional coach.
So that's how I explain myself through the 6A framework by Professor Dr. Casey Chan, by putting together all of the things that I know about myself with the theory to achieve my goal. Therefore, I would like to thank Professor Dr. Casey Chan that have taught me to always see things holistically. To close this video, I would like to use an axiom by Lawrence Fauci. Says, self-awareness gives us the capacity to learn from mistakes and successes. It keeps us growing. Thank you for watching.